stardom. He showed why he is, that he is so loved by Coach Hugo Bruce. He's loved by his own coach at Orlando Pirates, as in how he performed against Al Ahly. I mean, in the early stages, they almost didn't have an answer.
Well, yeah, the team as a whole, to show such maturity, to go away from home, you know, they've already qualified, and then to put in a performance of this nature in what basically was a dead rubber, it really was great to see.
A minute into the game, and look, already, he is involved, he's beaten his two defenders, and then in two minds about to shoot or to pass to Hato.
I think he should be selfish in that moment. He's in a good position. I think Tito Maswangani has put him through. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he's looking for a teammate in a better position. I thought he should have taken responsibility upon himself and gone for goal.
Now, we see it in the domestic football. They don't see it in Egypt, because look at Mofokeng here. As he does that Vesiak, and then you start spinning in the box. Here it comes. Spina. Where did he go? Hey, he's doing everything.
Yeah, it's great to see in the attacking third, because he's wanting to beat a player by doing that trick, by doing that skill, and he's causing danger. What he does have to just be careful of against particularly North African teams is that should he ratchet it up another factor and do it in the defending third or in the middle of the park, you know, you just got to watch out for revenge and guys just going through the ball and through the player. So, you know, you just got to protect himself.
Phumudzo, he then wraps up a really great performance, great energy, really troublesome, with a goal. Take us through the goal.
I think when you look at the goal, you think about the reading of the game, noticing spaces on the field which to occupy. And in this moment, when you're looking at it, you'll see how intelligent he is in terms of the goal that he's going to score. It's an overload for Orlando Pirates on the right-hand side. The ability to overload, then find space on the right-hand side was key. When you go to the moment, you'll see that the hand of God is on Rile Mofokeng. He's going to go on and score the goal in this instance. When you roll the move forward, you're going to see Makgopa and Yasa, who was the defender that was marking him. Look at how Makgopa has taken him wide to that left-hand side. Now, when you look at this, look at the space that Rile Mofokeng wants to use. That is the space that Makgopa has left in this instance. Now I'm going to zoom in there to say that is the overload. It's 3 versus 4. Now Orlando Pirates has overloaded that right-hand side. It means that now Ali are trying to get numbers into that box. Look at now Mbata. He has space and time to be able to find a pass because of that overload on the right-hand side. Those are the 3 defenders that must take care of Rile Mofokeng. Now we always speak about check. You go one direction, change the direction. He goes near post, he changes the direction. He causes a collision in that moment. The ball drops nicely for Rile Mofokeng. He puts the ball in the back of the net. A well-taken goal and overload by Orlando Pirates on the right-hand side. That is the tactic to draw early defenders to go to that side. Then they move the ball to Mbata, who goes for that half cross, be able to find Rile Mofokeng. Goal number 8 in all competition, Thomas, to go together with the 9 assists, 17 goal contribution for Rile Mofokeng.
And then we keep going with the tactics and trends, right? Because you've also looked at how Pirates score the second goal. So as we go through the second goal and how there's a little bit of a debate, and maybe Ace will get involved in that one and tell us what he thinks in terms of who the goal should be be awarded to. What are the tactics and the trends on the goal that's awarded to Gilberto?
Now, in this next goal, we're going to look at the coach's influence. When the coach brings on 4 players and they're involved in the goal that is the winning goal. We are spiraling Dlamini here. He's in between the lines, he's in the pocket. CBC is in position of the ball in this instance. So when you roll it forward, you're looking at Mofokeng, he controls the ball. I'm spiraling Dlamini again. He's going to provide the assist in this instance. What is he looking for? He's looking to move the defender Atia away into that space that we are highlighting. But what does that do? Then it opens up the passing lane. Now, Dlamini moving away, it means Rile Mofokeng has got an opportunity to find a pass directly to Mabasa, who's going to go on and score the goal. That's why the hand of God is on Mabasa. Look at his movement after he plays this ball. Now, when Dlamini moved away, he opened up that space which Rasibochwa is moving into now. Now we're talking about Pirates players emptying space for the next runner on the ball. Look at that space again. Dlamini is still looking for the space again. Who's Dlamini? The man who spiraled on top of this telestration when he started. We're still telestretching Dlamini. He's looking for that space. But for me, the drop of the shoulder coming from Rasibocha to be able to find Dlamini, Mabasa in the box. He's looking to attack that space. He's looking to attack that near post. Dlamini has got an educated left foot. He does not choose to find Mabasa where he's standing. He puts the ball delightfully into that space. He attacks it. It goes over the line, and Gilberto makes sure and says, no, if the referees are going to debate about it, I'm going to make sure and put the ball in the back of the net. The coaches influence Thomas Rasibocha off the bench, Gilberto off the bench, Mabasa off the bench, Dlamini off the bench. Coaches influence, elevating the game to the next level.
The same was true as well on the other side, though, when it came to the coaching influence, because they then made changes that then come on and make an influence for Al Ahly. And we see the goal that they score comes from a substitute.
Yeah, they go route one. Yeah, they catch out Marco, who for once is out of position, and El Shahat, one of the subs, puts in a delightful little chip over chain. Sisani desperately tries to get that challenge in, but a little bit too
was
late.
saying offside.
Well, yeah, there was a suspicion, but I think we checked it, and unfortunately, Sisani here, if you just check the grass cuttings there, the line, he was definitely putting him onside. So a good run, sniffing out the space, and delightful little chip over chain.
So sure.
Yeah, no. We checked it. It was definitely onside.
Goal, legit.
Yeah.
But it was not enough. Too little, too late. It was now the fourth time that Orlando Pirates had got a victory in Egypt against the superpower Al Ahly. However, there's something I want from our spot on here, Ace, because they did get another goal. And I'm very sure that if there's a show in Egypt called Al Extra Time, they started with this and said to their guy, Al Ace, please, can you talk about this moment?
Al Spoton.
Al Spoton, please, we need this one because it's Rojiwe.
No, but for context, Thomas, I want us to start here.
Yes.
There's a similar incident.
Yes.
I want us to start with.
Okay.
I want us to start with that one.
Sure.
A similar context.
Here we go.
Where there is a player who is clearly in an offside position at the moment the first phase of play takes place.
So
look at that.
Letwalo is offside when this ball is played in.
Clearly in an offside position in that first phase.
Yes.
Okay? The ball gets kicked. Look at where he is. Clearly in an offside position. He's not interfering with play, not interfering with an opponent. But now, phase two.
He's onside here.
Commences at the moment that his teammate then heads the ball back to him.
So had he scored?
Had he scored, that would have been a beautiful goal.
Because the assistant's flag is down, there's no problem.
Correct decision by the assistant referee. Law 11 is a law of phases. You've got to be able to deconstruct it into its phases. Now let's go to Egypt, and we will deconstruct the phases again, so that we look at phase one, when the ball is kicked forward, and we have a player who is in an offside position. We won't see it from this angle, but the next angle will show it very clearly. That
Here we go.
There is a player that has a hand of God, as Pumuzo says, on him. Clearly in an offside position, phase one.
That's Rami Rakia.
Not interfering with an opponent, not interfering with play. Now, that ball goes to his teammate, and the touch by the teammate initiates phase two. At the moment phase two starts, and he receives the ball from a teammate, he is nowhere close to being in an offside position, receives the ball, controls it nicely, kicks it towards goal, beautiful goal scored. Unfortunately, that man down there has imprinted in his mind phase one, and yet phase one was cancelled by the commencement of phase two when the ball was headed back to him.
So isho kahle Bryce uthi ama referee wethu alayitile because they got it right. Our local referees got it right. Balayitile bamnandi. Babambile umcimbi. Abalele laba.
There you go. You see? So the SAFA referees getting it right in exactly the same situation that was not got right up in Egypt. And now we're going on to Mamelodi Sundowns qualifying, booking their ticket, making absolutely certain that they're in the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League. Shalulile starts. And absolutely the right decision to have him be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, perhaps we can just go back to the actual takers of the free kick there. We see that little movement there from the two. That was quite neat because there was a dummy movement which makes the defensive line move. Then there's phase two of the movement, and the actual free kick taker takes it, and that forces the defensive line to move a second time. And that's designed to just simply disjoint the defensive line, and Shalulile takes advantage at the back post.
And then as we look at it, though, in a game that was very tactical, the two teams cancelling each other out in many ways, Sundowns created a lot of opportunities that didn't find the back of the net. However, it's goal from Zazu towards the end, a goal that suited essentially both teams going through.
I think coach's influence, because Zazu comes off the bench. He's one of the starters. He did not start. Him and Imrat, the captain, were left on the bench. We were surprised by that. But Zazu comes off the bench to be able to receive that cutback. Good positioning in the pocket in between Mukwena and also Kakana. And he just redirects the ball into that near post. He opens up his body, cushion into that near post. And he left Ronan Williams rooted. And it's not something that you see often.
Matt, I asked the question on Saturday to the panel that were there, was this game versus the final against Magesi, which one was bigger for Mamelodi Sundowns?
Well, it's difficult to say because the final, I think, you saw the end of a coach being fired because of it, But, there's a lot of pressure on Cardosa to win the CAF Champions League. So, it's difficult to say, but in the moment, obviously this game was very important. They took the foot off the accelerator a little bit, which led to that draw, which obviously meant Raja were in desperate state, as far, unbeaten in their
Raja
group.
hadn't done enough. They were only 1-0 up against 10 men.
Yeah.
And so they hadn't done enough anyway to remove Mamelodi Sundowns from that second position, even if they'd lost.
Yeah, as far unbeaten as well. Kind of the dark horses. If you were to ask me for a dark horse in this CAF Champions League, it would be them.
And then if it's not a dark horse, the clear horse,